Welcome to Infinite Presents Professional Perspectives, the web series where we speak with industry leaders about the latest trends, regulations, and happenings in the New York metropolitan area. Today's guest is Ali Chaudhry. Welcome, Ali.
Hey, Denise, thank you.
No problem. Thanks for being our guest. We're going to just jump right into these questions then, Ali.
Great.
With people having returned to work, what does new mobility look like in the city of New York?
It's a great question. I think during this pandemic and the impact of COVID is changing how people move in the city and how they commute from work, if they're going to work, or are they really just all working from home like the rest of us? So I think you see a huge increase in use of micromobility options. Previously, the subway was the lifeline of New York City and how people moved across the 5 boroughs. Now what you see a lot of is usage of bikes, e-bikes, scooters, and all of the mobility options. Basically, a declining use of car vehicles to move around, which is a great thing. It's better for the environment, it's cleaner transportation, and hopefully that trend sticks. It's also healthier for the user to be out there and biking and using other mobility options as well. So I think the way we move in the city is going to change as a result of what we're going through right now.
What about design for the future? What does that mean and how important is that to us right now?
I think it's more important than ever. So when we talk about design for the future, what we mean is using data and analytics to look at how people live now and how we design projects for maybe a useful probable life of about 100 years. Where do we see people going in the next 40, 50 years? How do they want to live? How do they want to commute? What sort of communities and neighborhoods do they want to be a part of? So for example, complete street design, where there's mixed zoning for commercial and residential to coincide side by side. People want to walk and live in walkable cities, more parks, more green space, basically environment where we can anticipate what the future looks like. So one of the things, for example, that we look at is data around traffic projections and analysis of how traffic will move. And we, for example, AECOM, the company I work, has a tool now called Mobilytics that provides that service to clients to predict what the future of mobility and traffic is going to look like, so we can better invest in infrastructure based on that sort of data.
Oh, great. Thank you, Ali. And I also have another question. With all the cuts across NYC agencies, how is that going to affect our new New York?
It's a huge impact, and honestly, it's pretty worrisome. So, for example, we're hearing reports about city government laying off personnel because of obviously the financial impact that the city is suffering from, and it's very alarming. City officials, government employees do excellent work. There's no substitute for their experience and expertise, and many of them are our clients and partners in delivering some of the most remarkable projects that the city's ever seen. Cuts across the city not only impact public sector work and obviously the trades and the unions, but also impacts consultants and contractors who have a backlog of work that is waiting to be delivered, backlog of work that we hired people to help execute. So this is going to have an impact not just on the public sector and the private sector. And I think the only way out of this economic impact is actually by stimulating the economy through construction. Not go backwards. Instead, let's move forward so we can put more money, more investment, more jobs in the construction industry, which is proven to be the largest stimulant of an economic recovery.
Oh, wow. That was a big concern for a lot of people. So thank you for your insight on that. Ali, I would really like to ask you a question, a personal question, not construction related, not MTA, not agency related, not COVID related. So this is my favorite part, actually. So what advice would you give your 16-year-old self?
It's a good question. I think what I would tell my 16-year-old self is to be open to seeking advice and support and help, professionally as well as personally when I needed it. I think too many of us rely on ourselves and aim to do everything by ourselves, and for various reasons are hesitant to reach out and ask for help and support, as well as collaboration when we needed it. And I think I would tell my younger self to do more of that and bring people more into the fold than maybe I have. And I think that's something we all can practice even now. It's something, it's never too late to start collaborating with people that are there for us and want to be supportive. Because in my experience, when we ask for that sort of help, we usually do get it, and people are always willing to help.
Oh my goodness, Ali, that's advice I would give my right now self. So thank you so much for that, Ali. We really
Welcome.
appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being with us today, and your input is so valuable. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks for being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Ali. Until we meet again.
Absolutely. Take care.